Hello, good evening. All right, thank you again for joining us tonight. We'll do some introductions, but the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get started with our presentation of colors by our NJROTC program. So please join me and stand for the presentation of the colors. Please join me in a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order! Order! Ready, hut, right, eight, four, hut, forward, march.
Thank you. You may be seated. This evening, our colors were presented by Cadet Fontenot, Uzman, Blackwell Little, and Busman. Thank you again. So first, I just want to welcome everybody here tonight. This is probably one of the best nights of the year. We celebrate a student from every program within CTE. I love it so much because we see the variety of students that our programs, our teachers, and what they do to support our kids, and really the hard work that students put in, and they could not get there without the support of their families and everyone behind them. So to families and friends and the students here tonight, thank you for being here with us this evening. I want to say a special thank you. Everything that gets set up and gets put together, I really just show up, I kind of say, but we have an amazing team. Greg Kilpatrick, our assistant CTE director, also known as Vanna this evening. Paula Rasa, our CTE instructional specialist. Julie Castor, our CTE bookkeeper, and Jessica Anderson, our CTE soon-to-be bookkeeper, and Sandra Gleason, and Candace Barrich. That team really pulls together to put everything together, and I appreciate that. And the head of that team, and I say my boss, Heidi Dusek, is amazing. The amount of work that goes in to this evening and every day that she puts into work, as well as getting all the paperwork that has to go for the meeting this evening, is a feat in itself. I don't know how she does it. It's amazing, so a special thank you. I keep saying this word advisory. So after we meet and do this great awards presentation tonight, business and industry professionals are here with us tonight, and they will meet with our teachers, and they help update us and guide our programs on what the current trends are, and how to keep material and classroom equipment and things like that up to date. So we really appreciate our advisory members for taking their time to be here this evening. Thank you. Let's see, NJRTC cadets for helping set up tonight, food and nutrition, thank you. Matthew Swagger and Deborah Durup for a video, and as well as the stage crew, thank you for being here tonight. Do I have Zach here tonight for photography? Yes? Is that, okay. All right, thank you for being here this evening. Jeff Wynn and Michelle Carter for the awesome podium decorations as well. And then Nick Grimm and Jeff Wynn, who partnered together between our metal shop and wood shops to make the student plaques for this evening. So thank you to everyone who put in to make tonight possible. I want to recognize some people who are here with us tonight. We have some school board and leadership teams who, without them, we wouldn't be able to offer the programs in our district and have the availability and opportunities for students. So from the school board tonight with us is Andy Brandon, Megan Higgins, Kate Espy, and Jay Villers. Thank you for joining us this evening. We also have school district leadership that's here to support us this evening, which we really appreciate their support as well. Dr. Tom Edwards, Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning. Lisa Fundene, which I should know her title because she's my boss. Amazing, extraordinaire, helps with everything. Appreciate her. And our superintendent, Mr. Tim Winter. Thank you for being here this evening. Our communications director, Amy Miller, and assistant director, I believe, of technology, Carrie Melcher, are also here to support. So thank you very much. And school staff, I don't know if I saw others. If you're here, I'm sorry. I know I did see Mr. Dave Goodwin, principal of South Kitsap High School. Thank you for being here this evening. Without his support, the programs wouldn't be able to do what they've done the last few years, so we really appreciate you. And I'll stop there or I'll cry. So, okay. So, this is how it's going to work. We're going to get to talk about the kids, and the teachers are going to get to talk about them. Teachers, concise but effective is the target tonight. Jeff, can you repeat the target? Yeah, right. Okay. So we want to honor students, but we want to have everybody have an opportunity to get up here. So what's going to happen is I'm going to introduce the program and the teacher, and then they are going to come up with the student and introduce them and say a little bit about them. The student, if they would like to, will introduce themselves and then, or say hello, and if they want to say what's next steps or anything like that, they can do that. We'll hand them their plaque. We'll do the smile and grin. And then you can stop and take a picture before you walk off the stage with your teacher at this nice banner so that we can have you have a picture. At the very end, we'll want all the students to come up for a picture. I think that's all the details. Heidi, is that a yes? I got them all? All right. It's kind of important that when you talk, you kind of stand in this area just because there will be a beautiful, wonderful picture of the student's face and some information about each of them on the large screen, which they all are super excited about, all right? So, let's go ahead and get started this evening. We'll start with Cedar Heights Middle School, and Ashley Myers is going to present.
I wrote it down to try to keep me on track. So I am presenting Brendan Baker for Cedar Heights Middle School. It's been a privilege to know and work with Brendan as both his teacher and his TSA advisor. We're proud to recognize him as our CTE student. Brendan brought the energy and curiosity to every task, especially in learning Tinkercad and AutoCAD, which was a brand new thing for us at Cedar Heights. His dedication led to a 7th place finish in Inventions and Innovations competition with practical tool for student productivity. He also took a challenge designing a nuclear-powered home for off-the-grid competition, which earned top 3 state finish, and we are moving on to nationals in Nashville, Tennessee. Brendan, yes. He tackles real-world problems with creativity and skill, and also, which is equally impressive, is his growth as a leader. He listens, collaborates, and brings out the best in his team. Watching him grow from a curious student to an inspiring leader has been truly rewarding for us. Congratulations.
Okay, so you guys see plaque, that over there, picture. Teachers will help carry the bags so that nobody has an incident. Awesome modeling. Thank you very much. All right. Congratulations. Up next, we have Mr. Brad Lance from John Sedgwick Middle School to introduce his student.
Hello, so I have Tessa Herguy, and she's just an amazing person and student. She holds herself accountable in all subject areas. And I got her in Woods first semester, and she's always asking questions, problem solving, making mistakes, figuring out how to fix it. She went through all the required projects, and then she wanted to build this big set of stairs that rolls around with locking wheels for her dog, and she did an amazing job. And then she used our laser engraver to burn on it, and then she continued, and she wanted to, how can I get into Advanced Woods for second semester? So she's my teacher assistant, and she's building this huge bench, and she's cut hearts in the back, and she's just amazing kid. And she also does band and plays the cello. And then first semester, she came out and said, I'm going to be missing some classes. She does competitive swimming, and she does open swimming. And so she was going to down to San Diego in California, and so I thought, oh, she swims with the sharks too. She's very courageous. But I've just been very lucky to teach Tessa, and she's going to be successful in whatever she chooses. Just an amazing kid. Thank you.
All right, up next with Marcus Whitten Middle School, we have Chaseley Garcia and Matt Davis to present their student.
Oh, it's so bright up here. I'm so short. Hi, it is my absolute honor to recognize a truly outstanding student, Demi Mort, as the year CTE Student of the Year for Robotics and Woodshop at Marcus Whitman Middle School. Demi is the kind of student every teacher hopes to have in class. She's a hard worker who doesn't just complete assignments, she improves them. Whether she's programming a robot or crafting a project in woodshop, Demi always looks for ways to make things better, stronger, and more creative. But what really sets Demi apart is her character. She's not only talented and driven, she's also kind, helpful, and always ready to lend a hand to her classmates. She lifts others up and leads by example, whether it's in the lab, the classroom, or the athletic field. Demi, your dedication, integrity, and all-around awesomeness truly embody what career and technical education is about, and we are very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. And up next, we have Discovery High School with Robin Quiet.
Hello. My student of the year is Kaylee Slate. She is a student at Discovery. She's graduating this year. She is a very well-rounded CTE student. At Discovery, we get students sometimes a little bit later. We don't get them until at the earliest 10th grade, but before she came to Discovery, she has taken multiple CTE classes in woods and agriculture. She came to Discovery as an alternative option to high school because she is very passionate about her lifestyle and her she is a farmer and works with animals and does a lot of things that is hard to do on I call it a 9-to-5 school schedule. But Kaylee is great. She's taken my Money Talks class, and she's also been my TA with my advanced culinary program and has helped me immensely get ready for labs. We have a really quick turnaround in our school, also between classes, so it's been invaluable to have her as my assistant, my little Padawan assistant, to get things ready. She is going off to college next year, but I will let her tell a little bit about what she's doing next. She is amazing and has done great things and is going to be, she has an awesome future involved. So, Kaylee.
Thank you, Robin. After high school, I'm going to do an online college program to get my degree as a veterinary technician, where I plan, after I graduate to be a veterinary technician, I plan on working as in an emergency veterinary hospital so I can work on the front line to help save animals. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So we added having some representation from the middle schools and from Discovery, which I think is a great opportunity to just celebrate more students. And the middle school really is where we like to excite creativity in CTE and get them thinking about different opportunities. So those middle schoolers, stick with it, and we'll see you here again. All right, so I think it takes a special person also to be a middle school teacher. So thank you to the teachers for being here this evening and supporting your students. We're going to move into the programs here at South Kitsap High School. With our graphic design program, we have Teresa Myers to present her student.
Good evening. Thank you for being here tonight to support all of our students in CTE and the amazing work that they do every single day when they come to class. I would like to introduce my student. Kaylee Holloman is amazing, and she's only a sophomore. And she's already doing fantastic things in graphic design. Not only did she knock it out of the park when we did some of our more advanced work in advanced graphics, she was able to create an entire product plan and create a brand all out of her own imagination for a soft drink company, and did all of their t-shirts, their business cards, everything from top to bottom. And I just can't wait to see what else she's going to do as she continues here at South Kitsap.
All right. And Teresa also will be presenting this evening our Yearbook Student of the Year.
Hi again. I get to teach two very different types of subjects here at South. The first is graphic design, and while it is related to yearbook is its own thing. And tonight, I have the honor of being able to present my Student of the Year, Zoria Chalk. She has been my editor-in-chief this year, co-editor-in-chief, and she has been an editor for 4 years. So this is my... This is my first opportunity to be able to recognize a student who's been in yearbook all 4 years, because I only took it over 5 years ago. So Zoria has learned immense leadership skills throughout those 4 years. Her technical expertise when it comes to layout and design and photography is absolutely amazing. And one of the things that I love best is she's always willing to be kind and really talk and mentor the other students in class. And just this last month, in April, she was featured as a speaker at the National Journalism Education Association conference in Seattle, and gave a workshop about yearbook and how to turn it from a team into a family.
I just want to say thank you to Ms. Myers and my family for supporting me through this long journey, for being in for all 4 years, because I don't think that I would have been able to do it without all of their support and pushing me to reach my goals. So thank you guys.
All right, thank you very much. Up next with our AP Environmental Science program, we have Miss Stephanie Winslow to present her student this evening.
All right. I guess I need to be over here. Okay, so I'm very excited to introduce to you the Advanced Placement in Central Washington High School Environmental Science CTE Student of the Year, Isabel Riley. There you go. Yeah. So what makes it even more impressive than the long title, when you put all that together, is that Isabel has thrived in our South Kitsap High School CTE programs, and I counted that she took 35 semesters of courses in CTE. I mean, that is amazing. Yes. And she's continuing her journey after graduation in her area of passion that she found along the way, natural resources and forestry management. Interestingly enough, Isabel wasn't really aware of this course until late last summer. My husband and I were at the Long Beach Rodeo to support our family rider. We were talking with the local group between events, and the environmental science course came up as a capstone to natural resources. Isabel was also at the rodeo, but she was not part of the discussion, and was later encouraged, I guess, multiple times to consider the course due to the area of interest. When school started, I was greeted with an email that there was a senior wanting to take the course, but the class was already full. Her counselor explained Isabel's plans after graduation and the strong interest, so I suggested that she step in as a TA and wait to see if any steps opened. Isabel happily agreed and said she just wanted to learn and gain knowledge and learn the information. This sold me on her character. It was only a few days in, and the course opened up for Isabel. She was able to earn 10 Central Washington University credits, took the AP test, and has not looked back since. This year, Isabel has shown grit with her college-level workload, organization with balancing coursework with her FFA commitments and competitions, and if you did not see her awards table, there was a lot of shiny things on there. She models leadership when speaking in class, is a strong team member, and continuously makes high-level connections with Earth Systems. Isabel is ready for her next steps, and she is going places. After graduation, she's heading to Idaho, and her new adventure begins. Thank you for a great year, Isabel, and it's truly been a joy to have you in class. Congratulations. So come on over.
Thank you. After high school, I will be going to the University of Idaho, and I will be studying forestry and natural resources management. And yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Up next, we have our Family Consumer Science Student of the Year with Mr. Ryan Poppy presenting.
Good evening, everyone. It is my absolute pleasure to be able to recognize one of our outstanding Family and Consumer Science students from our department, Eva Spencer. Eva is one of those rare students who truly leaves a mark in our program. She's taken several classes in our department, and every single one she has stood out, not only because of her talent, but because of the person that she is. She leads by example, takes pride in her work, and always brings her best to whatever she does. I first had the pleasure of meeting her in advanced culinary. She was my advanced culinary student, and I was impressed from day one. But then I had the opportunity to have her again in early childhood education this semester, and I was blown away all over again. Even the preschool teacher she works under during her internship, Mrs. Richardson, has nothing but praise for Eva's natural ability to work with children. Another teacher in our department has shared that Eva is conscientious, thoughtful, and yes, and kind. And now that she has that natural energy of just when she's in the space and in our classroom, her smile is always uplifting and just totally shifts the energy in a positive way. So, Eva, you are one of those kind of students that we hate to see leave, but we're so excited to watch you fly. Congratulations, and thank you for everything that you've brought to our program. You'll be missed, but we wish you the absolute best.
Hi, I'm Eva Spencer, and I plan on next year going to St. Martin's University to study elementary education.
All right, thank you very much. Up next, we have Mr. Jeff Wynn with our Manufacturing Technology Student of the Year.
All right, so I have the pleasure to introduce you guys to Will Kennedy, William Kennedy here. I've had Will for about the last 3 years in one form or another, always working in the shop. He's like one of those shop kids, right? I mean, he kind of lives down in the south end of the building. Super hands-on, wonderful guy, hard worker, you know, team player. Comes in, he's kind of a quiet guy, but you know, he's got a lot going on in that bean of his head. And I'll tell you, he is an absolute pleasure to have in class. He's a TA, kids love him, he's really kind, straightforward. You know, I mean, I can't say enough great things about this guy. Hard worker, does great work. He's just been a joy. I can always count on him. Also, he's an Oregon Duck fan. Go Ducks, right? Which is great. We got to stick together, you know. Anyway, I just want to say thanks a lot, Will, for being awesome. I really appreciate you a ton, and I wish you the absolute best. I know whatever you do, you are going to kill it. Thank you, buddy.
I had to thank him for helping me. I had to step in down in woodshop a few times. Would not have made it without him. Probably would have not had all of my fingers. So thank you. Up next, we have Sean Dutry with our Accounting Student of the Year. Mr. Dutry?
All right. Karen just told me this is too long. All right, I usually open with a clever, witty joke with an excellent punchline, but all the jokes I wrote today, I realized they're really bad or they're getting way too close to like inappropriate for school settings. So there will be no joke. First time ever. All right, so I want to talk about Karen. Karen's my Accounting Student of the Year. Some things that Karen is not. Karen is not boisterous. She is not loud. She is very uncomfortable being the center of attention. But these aren't characteristics an accountant needs to be successful. Over the course of the year, Karen is always the first to be done with an accounting assignment. So I actually keep track of who's done first because speed matters in accounting, and they also have to get the highest scores. So there were 2 really solid students, but Karen was done first, and she always got the highest score on the test, and I always used your test scores or your test paper as my key for the rest of the class. So I knew right away you were going to be the student of the year, and you were. She has a great smile on her face. She's always working with a pleasant demeanor, sits right in front of the class. Everyone likes her. She's just super solid. I can see her as a real successful accountant down the road. Hopefully she gets into UW in 2 years and goes for the CPA degree and owns her accounting firm someday. I can use you maybe with my retirement, and you'll be able to handle a bunch of clients. So I'm just really proud of Karen, and I know she's going to do great in whatever you choose to do, but hopefully it's accounting. Do you want to say anything?
Hello, my name is Karen, and after high school, I want to attend the University of Washington and probably pursue a major in like accounting. Thank you. Yeah.
have a DECA Day at the Mariners where they learn about kind of the background of what happens in sports marketing. And so our next student, Gwen, is with the DECA teacher and marketing teacher at that event currently right now. But Mr. Dutcher is going to say a few words that Ms. Fider had written for recognizing Gwen.
Okay, in accounting and DECA, we're kind of lined up, so this is great. So this is what Ms. Fider had to say. It's my absolute honor to introduce this year's Marketing CTE Student of the Year, Gwen Stoddard. Gwen is a senior at South Kitsap High School, and she truly represents the best of what our career and technical education program are all about. This fall, she will be attending the University of Washington to pursue a degree in business and marketing, a path she's already shown incredible promise in. Gwen has been a dedicated member of DECA for the past 3 years. This year, she served as our DECA chapter president, leading with vision, heart, and confidence. She qualified for the DECA Internationals in School-Based Enterprise, Food Operations category, and last year she completed one of the most impressive sports marketing operations research projects we've seen here at South Kitsap High School. Her research analysis and presentation skills stood out on every level. In addition to her work in DECA, Gwen is also involved in Key Club and plays a vital leadership role as the executive president of South Kitsap's ASB. Her commitment to service, school spirit, and student voice has made a lasting impact on our campus. Those of us who knew Gwen admire her not only for her accomplishments, but also for who she is. Sweet, kind, deeply thoughtful, and incredibly organized. She is the kind of student who makes everyone around her better. Please join me in congratulating Gwen Stoddard, South Kitsap Marketing CTE Student of the Year. Okay, if Gwen was here, she would come up to the microphone and then this is what she would say in response. Okay. I took my first marketing class on a total whim and loved it. My interest led me to join DECA, and I learned through this extracurricular was instrumental when it came to deciding what I wanted to do with my life. From perseverance to business lingo, DECA introduced me to the opportunities that are available in the business sector and the marketing niche especially. Thanks to my experiences in CTE classes and DECA, I have decided to attend the University of Washington and pursue a bachelor's degree in marketing. I am so grateful to CTE and my teacher and advisor, Ms. Fider, for giving me the confidence that I can one day have a career in marketing. Thank you.
Nice job, Mr. Dutcher, the man of many voices. Appreciate that support. Okay, up next, our American Sign Language, Beth Cordy will be presenting the award.
Good evening. I have chosen Kimberly Martin because every single morning we have announcements here at the high school. And she gets up and she has been committed to interpreting the Pledge of Allegiance and the announcements beautifully. Also, I had yet to teach her the national anthem. I had yet to do that. She took it upon herself to research, study, look at YouTube videos, and practice. So on Friday, she could stand up and interpret the national anthem. I was impressed with her confidence and her courage. She was very motivated to learn more sign on her own. Outside of the classroom, she provides interpreting services for church. With assistance, but yes, she interprets at church, and I thought that was incredibly impressive. Her entire family shares 6 languages at home that they speak with each other. I just thought that was incredible. And I've been great to share her over the past few years, and did you want to add anything? After high school, I plan to attend Central Washington University to get a degree, to pursue a degree in music education, and also to serve in a mission for my church. For me?
All right, thank you. Up next, we have Mr. Josh Disney presenting our Ceramics Student of the Year.
Evening. It is my pleasure to introduce Charles, aka Chuck, to everybody. He came into class, he was able to start doing the projects, but he wanted more, so even after he got done with his projects, he started making these hands and started asking questions about anatomical structures and the biology and how to make the bones, how to make the veins, and he started doing multiple projects even beyond just the basics, even at a beginning level. Chuck has that ability if he wanted to. He's got the hands of a surgeon. He's got the mind of an engineer. As everything flows, he also argues like a lawyer. So if he wanted to, he's got so many different options. He also talks that he's gonna become an electrician, which if he does that, he's gonna be with a guy that has that garage with everything you could imagine, just being able to build, create, and form. So I'm excited to see how he progresses through the years. Chuck?
After high school, I'm planning on serving a 2-year mission for my church and then going into trade school to be an electrician. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, up next we have our Exploring Apprenticeship Skills and Trades Student of the Year presented by Ms. Paula Rasa.
Hi, I'd like to introduce Cameron Remick. He's been in my class all year this year. Actually, I didn't get to meet him until this year because my class is all juniors and seniors. He has shown outstanding leadership, outside the box thinking when we've had challenges that we've come up with in our projects, because a lot of our work is hands-on. Cameron's come up with some great ideas that we tried. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. But at least he put it out there to try. Also, his mentorship and leadership in the class has really grown a lot this year. He was our forklift simulator student trainer to get the kids up and running on the forklift, and so he became the go-to person for all of them. So I have really appreciated all your help this year, and I'm excited to see what you're going to do in the future.
He's not usually so quiet in class, so I was surprised. He is helpful, though, 100%, and has some great skills, so thank you. Up next, we have our video production, or video technology, program presented by Deborah Hatfield.
I know I've been joking all week. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. So I'd like to present Grayson Moore. He's the Video Communications Student of the Year. I know we're not supposed to talk very long, so I'm gonna start, brief in the beginning. In a cool September night in 2006 when Grayson was born. No, this is my first year at South Kitsap High School, and so I only knew Grayson this year, but it was a great start because he came up to me one of the first days of school and said, I'm really nervous. I haven't taken video in a couple years, and I don't know if I remember what I'm supposed to do. I said, it's okay, because I'm new too, we'll figure it out together. And he did, for every step of the way, for every multi-cam event, he was the first person there, running back and forth, setting everything up, getting the crowd pumped up. He'd be there till midnight at football games, putting everything away. I mean, he has been the most reliable, hardworking student I think I've ever met. And even though we're doing this now, I still have him on the hook, because he is doing the senior 2025 senior video for the graduating class. So he's been after school at clubs and trying to get, gather everyone together. So he is a student that I can rely on 100%. Anything I've ever asked of him, he does it with a happy heart. If I need hey, can you anchor today? Sure, I'll go up. And so there's not anything I've ever asked him to do that he hasn't done. And he's an amazing student, and he will be missed, but he's made this first year great. So yeah, congratulations, thank you. And Grace wants to say something.
Let me kill the butterflies in my stomach real quick, you know. But I did actually just want to also just shout out Swagger, because every game that I've been, or the video class, whatever, he's also just been there to help me, get me really excited. Actually made going to the games and me doing them be a really fun time. So thank you, Swagger, for everything you've done.
All right, up next, we have who is introducing the ag student? The teacher name's not there, so I lost myself. So I guess you're all coming up. Grimm, Mr. Grimm, Nick Grimm, Haley Cook, and Michelle Carter are coming up, and I'm gonna embarrass them for 1 second. I got a phone call on Monday. You guys can come up while I embarrass you, okay? I got a phone call, an email, and then I received another email yesterday. So they were just at state convention in Pullman this last week, and what it was other districts calling to say how much they appreciated what South Kitsap School District advisors and students did to help evacuate a dormitory that needed to be evacuated. The elevator was out and carrying everyone's bags out. They said staff and students, and then they got roughly 3 hours of sleep that night, but really stepped up and represented the SK Way very well. So great calls to receive. I was worried at first, but they were great. They were good ones this time. No, they're always good.
Okay, Michaela, this year, as our student organization's president, had an impossible task, which was to keep her officer team, which was made up of a bunch of rowdy friends, on track for an entire year. And I have to say, we thought it was impossible, but I think they pulled it off, because this past weekend, they qualified for nationals due to their quality of work. So, nice job. And who knows, I don't think that would have happened without Michaela's leadership, so well done. That is my short word, and we have 2 others.
Yeah, what a privilege it is to be up here with Michaela. So as Nick said, she has served as our chapter president this year and has also taken pretty much every single agricultural class available at the school. She didn't
Except for mine.
Oh my God. She didn't quite knock all of them off the list, although I will say, to her credit, she has served Mr. Grimm very valiantly as his TA, which I know is a struggle at times, Michaela. All right, and everything that you've seen that's been really cool or impressive that's happened through the FFA, I can almost guarantee Michaela has had a hand in. And there is a creed that we have in FFA. It is called the FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. And the opening line of that creed is, "I believe in the future of farming, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds." And I think above everything else, Michaela exemplifies that statement.
So I've had the pleasure to work with Michaela her entire high school career. She's been involved with agriculture and FFA since she started at the high school. And we share some pretty cool passions. We both really love working with animals. We both love sheep. So I've been with her the whole time as she's raised her lambs through her SAE project and her rabbit. And she started just hungry to learn how to do all these things. And in the last year or 2, I just have been able to give her that responsibility to help other kids and to teach them, and she happily does it. And the same thing goes for in the plant science class. So she's in advanced plant right now, and she's been a big part of our plant sale and planning and the Plant of the Month Club. And I can always count on Michaela when we start a project that I can give her little instructions, and she'll go and she'll get a whole project done. So I've seen this huge growth in her, from this excitement to learn to become a teacher in my classroom.
I'll keep it short up here because I know there's other people who need to come up.
But I quickly want to say thank you to my advisors and a good friend of mine who was up here earlier, Kaylee Slate, for really getting me into agriculture. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to find my passion of animals, plants, and agriculture as a whole. After high school, I am planning to attend WSU to pursue an education in agriculture, agricultural education, and maybe someday I'll be back teaching, just like my advisors here.
I got to make sure the teachers know the bag's not for them. They're just supporting their student and carrying it, right? Okay, up next we have Senior Chief Vickers presenting the NJROTC Student of the Year.
So, this is Cadet Commander Helena Rose Nuki, right? Is that crazy? I'll give you the whole name. So, Cadet Nuki, in the 9th grade, was in Guam, and she was doing an Air Force JROTC. She came here in her sophomore year and did almost nothing in JROTC, right? You know why? Because she was busy being a nationally ranked gymnast. So by the end of that year, I was like, you know, we could kind of use you, man. You know, like if you decided to actually do some JROTC stuff. So that junior year, she comes, first part of the year, and she goes, I'm all in. I was like, cool, let's do it. She gets going, doing teams, eventually took over color guard, took over unarmed drill team. I don't know what they do, first place, regionals. Yeah, right? But that wasn't really the thing. The thing was, what we realized was leadership, raw leadership, energy, the ability to lead people, and it was just natural. After that 1 year, her peers made her our commanding officer. She walked in our office, said, let's go. I'm changing everything. And that's what she did. Absolutely amazing year. So, 120 cadets, you lead every one of them. Just amazing numbers, whether it was community service, all the different events that we've done, putting together one of the most amazing basic leadership trainings that we have ever done, the drill meets, all that other stuff. And what was the culmination? Distinguished unit. Let's put that in context. Distinguished unit, top 30% JROTCs in the world. That's your work. Thank you.
Thank you.
You did it. You did it. You got anything you want to know?
I talked a lot on Monday.
Thank you.
They just had their award ceremony, and she talked a lot then, so she is shared out. All right, up next we have our 3D animation student presented by Mr. Tierney.
Hi everyone, I'm Trish Tierney. I'm the 3D animation teacher, and I'd like to introduce Jeremy Gay, the 3D animation student of the year. I know, right? Look at him. So I know I'm not supposed to talk too long, but everyone who knows me knows I'm a really wordy person. This is my speech. I'm gonna truncate it because I love you guys so much. So I first met Jeremy when we started our 3D Wit Club over 3 years ago, and he hadn't even taken the class, so he had no idea how to do anything, but he was super enthusiastic, and it was really cute. But then, he was our vice president last year, and he's been our president this year. And he's really led the charge in creating student-run workshops, so he was actually teaching kids coming in about how to do things that we just don't have time for teaching in the classroom. He's been my TA this whole year. Last semester, he was in beginning, and he was so patient with my kids that had learning disabilities, he kind of became their hero. And whenever they hear about him, they're always like, Jeremy! And it's the cutest thing ever. And now he's in advanced. He's helped me rewrite some of my lessons to make them a little bit more understandable to some of our students. He also, along with Ronan Wilson, took 3rd place in Skills USA's state competition this year for 3D animation. But obviously, he's not just about 3D. He's also the trumpet section leader in the marching band, and you know that that's a huge time commitment, but he's never wavered in his commitment to 3D wit. He's very artistic, he's creative, everyone knows his style. You see one of his projects, and instantly people are like, that's Jeremy's. So I'm so thankful for everything that you've done for our program. I had so much fun with you at state competition, and I'm gonna let you tell everyone what you're gonna do next, but I can't wait to be watching an animated movie, and I'm gonna see his name in the credits.
Of course, you know, I'm Jeremy. I plan on going to DigiPen, the Institute of Technology, to study 3D animation and hopefully go into some sort of animation studio and eventually come back and start teaching it.
Ooh, take over my job.
Gotta watch out.
Thank you. Up next, we have, photography is our next student on the program, but the student is at the DECA Mariners event. And so, but Robert really amplified photography this year. He did a photo project with our marketing program and athletics and really the school, and took photos at every single event that he could. He shared them with our communications department and really just excelled in his photography skills. And so we really appreciate Robert. So thank you. Up next, we have our computer-aided design and engineering student, presented by Merle Williamson.
Every once in a while, you got that guy that wants to stand out. There's all kinds of kids that are fabulous to be around, but every once in a while there's that one guy and you know something good's gonna happen. Caleb jumps in 9th grade, aces out intro to CAD and robotics. 10th grade goes into architecture, year-long class, aces that. Aerial drones, we got involved with that. He helped me to expand that program, he aced that. Got into engineering, went into ROV designs, underwater, aced that class again, straight A's. He will walk with accords of distinction, for sure. I like that. Yes, sir. But then just when you think, oh man, he's done it all. He goes off on his junior and senior years, he's playing now in Running Start, full time. And he shows up every day in my class and TAs for free. He's not even supposed to be there. And he comes in and he's like, puts his stuff down and immediately goes, oh, you need some help. Let me help you. And so he's been instrumental in getting all that together. It's fantastic. He's been the president of our 3D printing club. He's the president of our Academy of Modelers this year. How many machines have you worn out now? 4 machines. 4 3D printers. He rebuilds them and burns them up and rebuilds them and burns them up. We got new equipment. He was one of the first ones in there. Oh yeah, you do this and you get that. And I was like, okay, let's watch and see how this goes. So yeah, it's great to have students that want to come in and have the real passion for what you're doing. Caleb.
After high school, I plan on attending flight school with Central Washington University and flying for Delta Airlines.
We're going to save Mr. Williamson a trip and have him present our mechanical engineering student.
Howdy.
Hey.
So Merle and I actually each have 1.5 student of the year. So we're putting those 2 halves together and we get Ronan Wilson. So when we both had to pick our student of the year, we were both like, well, I'm picking this person because it's obvious, but aren't you picking Ronan? No, I have to pick this person, it's obvious. And so we decided that we've never had a student that has bridged both of our pathways so extremely well, so we had to create a place for our mechanical engineering student of the year, Ronan Wilson. So again, I have a speech, but I'll make it shorter. Ronan has also been my TA for 3D animation. He is just absolutely amazing, but he is definitely the kid who tackles every single problem with a really analytical and logical mind. Like, he's very much an engineering person in his head. He's tutored some of my students. He's taught me how to do things that I didn't know how to do. I'm really going to miss him when I have to teach a Nodes project next year and I don't have him to ask questions. And his partner, Jeremy Gay, the 2 of them took third place at State Skills USA competition. Ronan's taken a lot of our CTE classes. Like, I know a lot of the other teachers here probably recognize him. He's really gifted in technology. He's a 3.9 GPA, and he's 37th out of his class of almost 500 people. He's absolutely brilliant when you talk to him, but he's also really great about talking to anybody. He's very down to earth, and he's got such a beautiful mind. And I'm gonna let Merle talk about what he's done in his classes.
So again, all these kids come around and they find their passion in some particular avenue. Ronan was another one. I'm not sure who I learned more from, Caleb or Ronan. Again, he was vice president of my 3D zone. Got new equipment. He's the one that's coming in with his own filament to put into the machine, and he's showing me how this slicer works and how this thing prints out. And it's like, okay. Talking about different ways of making these 3D prints up, and it was like, okay, you've got my attention for sure. 9th grade, he was straight A's. 10th grade, he had 16 classes in his 9th grade. He aced every one of them. Aerial drones and intro to CAD on his 10th, aced that. Robotics on his 11th grade, aced that. And now he's in my architecture class, and he'll ace that one again as well. It's crazy. And like I say, took bronze at state. How nice is that?
So I'm Ronan Wilson, and after high school, I am planning on attending the University of Washington, Tacoma for a dual major in computer engineering and computer science.
The next slide is, I messed that one up. I'm sorry, Heidi. I almost had it. Got him a little out of order, but I already talked about this student. So, and unfortunately, he's not here tonight. So we'll go ahead and roll to our next student, which is going to be our Culinary Student of the Year, presented by Miss Stevie Rourke.
All right. I get the pleasure of talking about Jacob Santini, who is our fabulous Culinary Student of the Year. I first met Jacob in beginning culinary when he was a sophomore, and then he took Pro Start 1 and now is in Pro Start 2. So I met him when he's actually I've had him all his sophomore, junior, and senior year. What I really like about Jacob is he's very focused, he's really humble, but more than that, like I always feel like he has my back. Anything I ask him to do, he's there to support, and he also really levels up the work of the people around him. I ask Pro Start students to come in and do outside hours after school, and he is always super reliable, and he was being honored at this event tonight, but we missed him in the kitchen helping get ready for this event. So I just wanted to highlight a couple of things that Jacob has done. One of the things he did this year was he represented our culinary program at FCCLA State. So he competed against a bunch of our top culinary students and then won the highest marks in our school, and so we took our top contender to state, where he went and competed against a lot of other people, and he did a fabulous job there. He was also, that's right. He was also the only junior to earn his Serve Safe Manager exam, which is a really difficult exam that we work for like 6 full weeks. And it stresses out even the teachers. We have to earn it too, and Mr. Poppy and I were concerned we didn't even pass. And Jacob was the only junior that passed that exam. And so he's helping me with the seniors this year. Yeah. He also took the lead on the Madrigal Feast, which is an event that the choir puts on, and I heard that they had one of the smoothest Madrigal Feasts they've had ever from their choir teacher, because Jacob helped lead the charge back there with serving the food. So that was really wonderful. And then lastly, he worked at Cosmos before it closed. And so he learned a lot there, and now he's working at McCormick Woods. And I hear they've got pretty good game at McCormick Woods right now, so hope you guys can hit that up. The last thing I want to say is a little shout out to Jacob's lab group from his junior year, Lab 6. They had the best time. It was just fun to watch. It was a group of all guys. They had the best time. They worked together really well, but it was like on the verge of I wasn't sure if stuff was going to turn out for them, you know? And they always pulled it off. And I would swoop around and be like, come on, you guys, I don't know what's going on here. And then they'd have the best stuff every time. So it worked out. Like joy in the kitchen it's really a thing. So yeah, thank you so much, Jacob. I'm going to miss you, and you're the best. Can't wait to see where you go.
So after high school, I plan on going to either Olympic College or Seattle Central College to study culinary and bring some great food to the community.
Awesome, thank you. Yep, we'll fix that right up. Yes, sorry. Here you go. They have your plaque. How about you take Roman's? I won't blame Mr. Kilpatrick. That was my order mess up. So I am so sorry, and thank you for your attentiveness to detail to assure that the appropriate packs were handed out. Appreciate it. Up next, we have Rob Jensen presenting our Automotive Student of the Year for Mr. David Watson.
So I'm actually the long-term sub-in for Dave Watson, which when I took over made sense to me. Love working with cars. Usually I'm in the English department, but I figured why not spend a little different. Then he said I had to do a speech, and I said, great. He said, read what I wrote. And he sent me 3 sentences. So from that, Mason's been in the class for 3 years now. He did intro to automotive. He did advanced auto. Now he's a TA in that class. Then he said he's helpful in the classroom. I can confirm. Then he said next year he's doing, well, he left it off the 3 dots on that one. I can say, though, I've only been there a few weeks, only named Mason a few weeks, but he is my go-to for everything. The day that he's there is so nice because I am lost. I'm trying to find what I need, and I just go, ask Mason. Every time. Students ask me what's going on, I say, ask Mason. Ask Mason if he's there. When he's gone, I am sad. He is so helpful. He knows what he's doing. I would be very confident and very happy to see him working behind the counter of a shop when I pulled in with my car there. He could do anything he wanted to as far as the hands-on stuff. I know he could do whatever he wants to do in the future, he can tackle it. Just one heck of a guy, one heck of an auto student, really knows his way around it, and he loves a huge passion for it and loves doing it. So definitely a student of the year for Mr. Watson. Oh, car show Saturday. He's been running it the whole time. I spaced on it.
Spaced on
Auto
it,
Tech,
too.
he's doing it. Rain or shine, will be there.
So if you got a car you want to enter in the car show this weekend, it's $15. It's free for a student to enter a car show. Admission and viewing is free. And culinary will be there in the concession stand with, I'm going to go hot dogs and baked potatoes and a few other things. So check it out. Starts at 8 o'clock. All right, in the north parking lot. Thank you, team effort. All right, way to go. Up next, we have Jess Spalding presenting our Athletic Medicine Student of the Year.
Good evening, everybody. I am Jeff Spalding. I'm half of our athletic medicine team here, along with Chris Hyatt in the back there. It is our pleasure, it's my pleasure to present our athletic medicine student of the year, Faith Potter. Faith, just a little bit about Faith. She has taken all but one of the classes in our medical pathway. I looked, and she kind of makes up for missing that one because she did TA 2 semesters of that class this year, so I'm going to count it. She's taken them all. Beyond that, the classes that she has taken for us, she has excelled in. She's aced all of them. This year, in particular, Faith has really flourished and set herself apart from the rest of our students. As president of the Athletic Medicine Club, she organized meetings and activities and set positive tone for her peers. She was active in all of our field trips, all of our community events that we did, including helping to, plan a lot of this stuff. Although she did not have an after-school hours requirement this year, which for our Athletic Medicine 1 and 2 students, they are required to come in and do observation and help out after school. Faith's beyond that, and she didn't have the requirement. She was still a constant presence in the training room, as well as at athletic events and practices. You could always find Faith on the sidelines at football games and in the mat room with wrestling, providing first aid services to our athletes, despite the fact that she did not have to be there. And throughout the course of this year, we really got to see Faith apply all of the knowledge and the skills that she's learned, gain confidence, and we also got to watch those skills grow and improve. And as well, our confidence grew in her as well. It's really nice to have a student in the classroom after school with all of our AthMed 1 students, and when they come to me and ask me for help with a skill, it's very nice to say, hey, Faith, you know how to do this, right? And have her just take the reins. As a teacher getting pulled in many directions, a lot of my teaching colleagues know how nice that is to have that kind of a student. She has become an invaluable mentor for many of the students in our program, and she's passing her skills and knowledge on to them. Before I wrap it up and let Faith tell you guys what she has planned for her future, I'll just say our school's motto is fiercely committed, and Faith embodies that phrase, in my opinion. She has been fiercely committed to our school and the athletic medicine program. She is leaving it better than she found it. So thank you, Faith, and congratulations, and we truly wish you the best of luck in college and beyond.
Hi. I would just like to thank Mr. Hyatt and Mr. Spalding for all of the amazing opportunities you guys have given me the past few years. Next year, I'm going to the University of Wisconsin-Madison for kinesiology, and then hopefully getting my master's in athletic training.
Thank you, Mr. Gower, for your patience. I appreciate you. Up next, Mr. Gower with our Game Design Student of the Year.
I have something to drink here because I'm coming down with a cold and they probably kept me at last so I don't get anybody else sick. So I'd like to introduce Haley Brown. One of the things that really set me apart, that when I looked at for the Student of the Year, I recognized Haley. She was the first year I met Haley, and she told me, goes, Mr. Gower, I wanted to take this class, I wanted to take that class, and she had a vision to look forward. And she told me about her middle school experiences and what she's done in middle school when she was a STEM mentor, and just all the things that she's done throughout her high school career and her middle school, just things that she's done in the community as well. And one of the hearts of the CTE program is leadership. And it's displayed in such a way that Haley embodies this. When we talk about 21st century skills, and you might hear that term, or you think about leadership skills, Haley has it all. She only has to take one class here. She does Running Start. She actually works, and I think at one time she had 2 jobs because she was transitioning. She does a Running Start program and helps students guide them into their pathway or their passion. And one thing I really want to focus on is when we talk about leadership, all of you are recognized tonight for your leadership and those leadership qualities because you're the future and that future leadership. And some things that, we want to impart to you as teachers and things that you've learned along the way that you might not know, a couple of things. Number one, what Haley embodies is she gets to know people. She knows people by their name. She knows them by what their strengths and what their needs are. She's actually a TA for me. She took my gang programming class first semester, and she loved it so much. She goes, I want a TA. I'm taking the same class of JavaScripting, and I want to kind of help. I said, come on, Haley, come on in. And she took off, and she goes around and helps students around the class to do that. Also, she comes in with a lot of stories, her personal stories, and says, Mr. Gower, here's what I'm struggling with out in employment. Here's what I'm struggling in school. And so we have those nice conversations and help her guide in that way. But she really embodies that, knowing those students that she knows in the class, knowing what they need, she automatically picks that sense up. And it's something that's rare that you get to see. And the secret sauce also to this is knowing that you have the way to listen, you have the way that needs to be successful. So basically being, in one way or another, knowing that you have the ability to be humble, okay? And knowing that you have that ability to just be who you are. And those are really strong strengths to have, and those strengths are gonna make you successful throughout the future. And I see Haley as being one of those leaders in our community, and we have community leaders here that are recognizing you and the great work that you've done. I didn't explain a lot because Haley has a lot to go through, but being humble is that piece, and the humility piece as well. And I'm gonna talk a little story because Mom said I could. In class, she gets to know a student by name, right? And it was quite funny. Just recently, the student goes, my name's Gabe, but they call me Babe. I was like, oh no, right? And so I was like, okay, I'll see how this goes. And so, the stories that he's shared. And then, listening to Haley talk about the troubles that she had with her car and trying to get advice from other students. I'm going there, Haley. And one of the things that I said, take it down the automotive. And she goes, oh, that's the student, the student of the year. That's the student that helped me with my car. I said, take your car down there. She comes back. I said, Haley, I go, did you check your blinker fluid? She goes, there's blinker fluid? Oh, the boys in the class, eyes got wide open. They're like, oh my gosh, Mr. Gower, fish on. I was like, no. And they had an adventure to the auto store, right? Her arms are crossed, she's not liking this. But she had an adventure at the auto store, and the auto store actually took that challenge on to find that blinker fluid for her. But that's the humility that she learned from that. And she was very angry at me the next day, but she learned from that experience. And having that humility is a big part of who you are and as a leader. And thank you for being who you are. And you want to share something?
Hi, I'm Haley. I'm a current Running Start student. I'm currently pursuing a transfer degree in interactive web design, where I will graduate with that degree in 2026, and from there I will transfer into the bachelor's program for information systems. And for the Running Start students out there, I am a student worker in the Running Start department, so you will probably see me running around the office or answering the phone. And I definitely want to shout out Miss Tierney, and also thank you, Mr. Gower, for coming in, even though you've been sick for the past 2 days. And also shout out to Stefan and Karen for being my friends. So thank you.
All right, thank you. So that was our final student of the evening. I just want to kind of share a few things about what CT is that those of you that are in the room, most of you know, right? From the teachers and their families, our advisory members, and then the families that are here supporting your kids tonight. It's a huge job for teachers to be able to stay up to date on industry certifications, industry trends, and incorporate that into a way in learning and offer the wide variety of programs that we're able to offer here. They also spend an amazing amount of time outside of school to be able to have students participate in the CTSO and leadership opportunities, which takes a lot of time. I would say that many of them put in, well, don't ever add it up. It's rough. They put in a lot of time. And so the endless nights, they're often here. You know, I think I saw Mr. Spalding here at 10 o'clock and then back again at 6 in the morning. And that is not uncommon for what they do to put in for the dedication that they have to support the students. But they do it for the students. And tonight's a perfect night that we highlighted what those students are able to achieve with the support of their teachers. So nice job to everybody for all the hard work and what you've done. And I really do want to say a special thank you to your families as teachers, and my family, and my daughters and my wife and everyone. The amount of time that we are away from home to support the programs and the students is a full family effort, just as it is for your students. It means a lot, so thank you for your support as well. And we are only 6 minutes over projected time, which is important, but more important to honor our students tonight. So please, if I can get the students before you exit tonight to all come up on stage together so we can get one group photo of you. Teachers, please meet with your advisory members and head to the classroom. If you're not sure where you're going, go ahead and linger out there and we'll help direct you, all right? Thank you.
All of that.